Hi, this is Harvey Hooke. Welcome to the first episode of Get Him Hooked, your place for emotional and dating fulfillment. This first one is a question that actually someone asked me through Facebook. I did something out of character yesterday as I had a few too many drinks. Now I'm dealing with the shame of it all. Do you have any methods that you can share to overcome these feelings? So let's break this down. You're dealing with the shame of it all. So to be brutally honest, you went out at night, you met a guy, maybe you knew him beforehand, and then you ended up sleeping with him. Now, I know what you're thinking, that other people might judge you and everything like that, but it's the same way as if you were to go out to a restaurant. If you go out to a restaurant and then suddenly you eat a lot of food, sure, there might be reasons why I eat a lot of food, but you're probably left with the same feeling of shame and guilt afterwards. The thing is, you don't want to try and overcome the idea that you feel shameful, because that's the same way if you were to try and weed a garden. If you were to only ever cut off the leaves of the weeds are still going to be there. So learning to get rid of the shame is the same way as if you were to just cut off the leaves, when really it's about taking out the root of the plant and fixing that from the inside. And so what's the root of the plant here? The root of the plant is your perception of the situation. Because in all honesty, you did nothing that was shameful. You did something that was actually a need. It's the same way with the whole restaurant metaphor. If you went to a restaurant and you ate a lot of food, it was probably because you were hungry. And it's the same thing here. If you went out and you drank something and you did something that was out of character, that was not because you're this wild animal and you should hold yourself back and next time I won't drink so much. It's actually because you were probably a little bit hungry for adventure, or a little bit hungry for, maybe company, or maybe that love and connection. Sure, you probably did it in the most inefficient way, but you know what? We all make mistakes. There's no such thing as a bad choice, only funny stories. And so instead of trying to deal with the shame of, maybe an exercise, because people will tell you, maybe you should just go for a walk. Maybe you should just write down your feelings. That will only help you process it and not actually fix the problem to begin with. So instead, I'm going to present you a writing exercise, because your brain is actually capable of answering any question. And if you answer the following questions, and there'll also be a cheat sheet in the description below where you can download it as well. But if you answer these questions, what it will do is start turning the cogs in the right way. So maybe you won't be so shameful. And you might be thinking, sure, like if I don't think this, but my friends will still shame me. Maybe those aren't your friends, or maybe they're just probably too judgy, or I'm such a reputable person, I should never do this. Unfortunately, we're all human. And I say that like a joking way, because people who shame you for those things are probably shameful themselves, because they're dealing with those emotions themselves, that they did something that was out of character and now they can't handle it. So I want you to be the first one who can actually handle this. Because if you can do this, maybe there'll be less shame in the world to begin with. So the questions I want to present you with are literally these three. The first one is, and I'll write this down. The first question is, I'm glad I did this because. The second question is, what did I learn from this situation? And the third question is, how could I have done X, Y, and Z better? Just the simple process of doing these questions will actually remove this shame that you have and actually fulfill it with excitement, and you'll realize what you actually learned and why you did this in the first place, and you control yourself a little bit better. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to press subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment in the description below. If you're actually someone who came from my old channel, I'm so thankful that you're here, because you're actually one of the few that actually took action. If you're watching this channel like this for the first time, that you're really good. There's no other channel. This is the only one. And make sure to subscribe for more content every Wednesday and Sunday for more Get Him Hooked, where dating and life and the two come together. All right, Harvey out.